Welcome to the 5 for 2 podcast with me, your host Adele, where we say no to careers where you're trading 5 days of misery for 2 days of fun. A place we discuss all things career, confidence, and money moves. I want to motivate, teach, and empower ambitious women to achieve more, earn more, feel more confident, and enjoy the work they do. It's all about believing you can have everything you want in your career and then going and getting it. So if you're ready, let's get into it.
Hello guys. How are you? For today's episode, the topic we're going to speak about is something I have spoken about many times, not necessarily in my podcast, but definitely online, in videos, at talks, just everywhere. I speak about it all the time, but I haven't spoken about it for a while. And I realized I might have touched on it in my podcast before, but I've never really spoke about it this cut and dry. So today we're going to get into it. My first question to all of you is, are you still selling time? And I'm going to ask it again, because are you still selling time? Because if you are, I need you to stop that ish immediately. That's the first rule of salary negotiation. Sell results. When I talk about selling time, what I mean is a lot of people will say, I want to earn £25 an hour. I want to earn £30 an hour. I want to earn £40 an hour. And don't get me wrong, depending on the industry you're in, we do talk about things in hours. And in general, even if you're in a normal 9 to 5, people always speak about things in hours or in yearly salary. And even yearly salary, they still will break it down and say, how much am I making an hour? I remember when I was younger, £10 an hour was the thing. Like if I can make £10 an hour, that's a lot of money. This was a long time ago. £10 an hour couldn't help me now. But that was like the epitome for me back then, like just £10 an hour. And don't get me wrong, you could make £10 an hour work, because trust me, I was saving on that £10 an hour. I figured out how to go on holidays. Like I did a lot. But I'm saying there was that number. We all have that number, whether your number is £20 an hour, £30 an hour, £5 an hour, whatever your number is. Not £5, guys. Anyone listening to this, if you're like, no, not £5 an hour. Like we grown. Absolutely not. That's not even legal. But yeah, 10, 20, 30, 40, whatever it is. We should not be thinking about our salaries in terms of hours, because this is how you get stuck in the 9 to 5 hourly pay, yearly pay cycle, where you don't negotiate what you deserve. You do not negotiate based on what you actually give them. And that's when you start to resent your job. You're like, I do all this work and I'm not getting anything in return, because you negotiated based on your hourly rate. You negotiated on a yearly salary. You want more freedom. You want more work-life balance, but then you're asking for an hourly rate. Let me break this down for you. If you say to someone, I want £25 an hour to work for you, great. They calculate £25 an hour. You're in the building 8 hours a day. Now, say it takes 40 hours in a week for someone to deliver your company, whatever the result is. Like whatever industry you're in, companies want a result. They want you to do something. So by the end of the week, you should have a goal. So for me, when I was a recruiter, it was like at the end of the month, I've placed like 3 people in perm jobs and maybe had 20 people out temping for the month every week, 40 hours a week. So that's what my company wants from me. If I can deliver that result in less than 40 hours a week, why do I need to be in your building for 40 hours? However, if you pay someone £25 an hour, 40 hours a week for that result, I am going to now say to you, I can give you that result in 20 hours, but you still have to pay me 40 hours. because I'm not thinking of the hours, I'm thinking of the money. If a company says you working 40 hours a week, 52 weeks a year is worth 40k to us, like we'll pay you 40k to do this job, then you pay 40k to do the job. If I can do the job in 20 hours a week, 52 weeks a year, I still want that same 40k, because you're not paying me for me being in a building. You're not paying me for sitting at a computer working hour in, hour out. You're paying me to give you a result, and that result creates profit in your company. That result puts money in your pocket. So therefore it needs to put money back in my pocket. That result makes you look good. Therefore it needs to make me look good. Whether that's a promotion, whether that's a new title, whatever it is. If I make you look good, you're going to have to make me look good. I want to be known in my industry for something. So I'm going to get known for being great at my job. But I'm not going to charge you based on how many hours I'm in a building or your hourly rate. I'm going to charge you based on the result that you want and how much I know you're willing to pay for that result when someone comes and works for you for 40 hours a week. This is exactly how I was able to negotiate full-time money to do a part-time job. Because I realized, listen, some of them 40 hours, you guys know, you're on Instagram scrolling, you're pushing paper, you're talking to your colleagues. You don't need them whole 40 hours. And I realized I wasn't using my whole 40 hours at work. I was probably doing 20, 25 hours of actual head down, get it done work. The rest of the time I was just there to be there. And that's not the case for everyone. I know a lot of people, they need them 40 hours. They need all the hours. And some weeks I needed all the hours because some weeks there's double the work. But guess what? I learned to get my head down, focus, and get my work done in half the time. So then the rest of the time I was kind of chilling. Then I realized, why am I wasting time in the building? I could be doing other things with that time. I could be getting back some time freedom. So I learned how to negotiate based on the results that I deliver. Yearly salary is the same thing. If you look at your yearly salary and you say oh yeah, 40 hours a week for this type of role is normal sort of in the industry and it can pay all my bills. Nah, then again, you are putting yourself in a situation where you're selling your time instead of selling what you can deliver. Because firstly, if you are trying to say, oh, you calculate your yearly salary based on your bills, you guys know I've already said this before on many a podcast. Throw that in the trash, throw that in the bin. Your bills. No, we do not calculate salaries based on our bills. Because then what if emergencies come up? Now you ain't got enough money because you calculated your salary based exactly on what you spend on your bills. Bills go up every minute at the moment, especially. I feel like every other week. The gas, the electric, the water, someone is asking for more money at some point every other week. That's how it feels. So imagine now you've calculated your salary based on the bills you currently have. 6 months from now, they're not the bills. If you've got kids, I got a daughter, that's a whole bill in itself. She might as well walk around with a price tag on her head because kids cost money. Doesn't matter how old they get, they cost money. When you think about the life you're trying to live, if you've only get paid for your bills, of course you're going to resent your job because you're I want to travel, I want to go on holiday, I want to eat good, I want to do all these things. My salary's not paying that. Now, looking at your salary and thinking to yourself, I want my salary, I've looked at the industry, I've talked to people in the industry and this salary matches that. Great. You should be doing that. But also you should be saying to yourself, am I looking at my salary based on just the industry norms and my bills? Or am I thinking about everything I bring to the table, how hard I work, how much money I'm going to earn them, how much profit is this company going to make from me? And then I bet if you did that, you would reevaluate how much you want back in return. Because your company every day makes money from you. Otherwise, you wouldn't be in the building. Your company every day looks good because of its employees. No company runs without quality employees. They can run, but they'll run right into the ground. Good companies have good employees. Good companies have good talent. Why are you not good negotiating based on the talent that you bring rather than the time? And yes, our time is important. And that's why we need to stop negotiating based on it. Because your time is important. We're wasting time being somewhere for 8 hours when we can do the job in 6. Being somewhere 40 hours a week when we can do it in 20. And again, I know there are jobs that this does not apply to, but 90% of you listening to me right now, this applies. The way you will learn to do less hours, the way you will even convince yourself that you don't need to be in that building is when you start to look at the results that you deliver. I want you to start thinking about yourself almost like a product. Like you're the product and this is how much it costs for you to have this product and to get a certain result from this product. Let's think of it like this. If I go shopping at a cheaper shop, not a cheap shop, but a cheaper shop, I'm not going to, Primark. Anyway, if you're in the UK, you know what that means. But if you go to a cheaper shop and you buy something from a cheaper shop, I love buying stuff from, budget places, whatever it is. But I don't expect a t-shirt from that shop to be lasting me 4 years from now, 5 years from now. No. If it lasts me a few months, I'm happy. If it lasts me a couple years, I'm happy. I didn't pay that much for it. It's not a big deal. Some of their clothes cost less than my meals. I'm good with that. But if I go and buy something from a higher end store, and I'm not talking about even about high end like Prada, Gucci, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about like your River Islands, UK people, again, you know what I'm talking about. If I go and buy something from a store like that, I expect it to last longer because it costs more. So I expect it to be better quality. If you're good quality, charge more and don't charge based on your hourly rates. Don't charge based on how many hours you're in the building. Charge based on the quality you bring. You are an asset, so act accordingly. You bring quality services to your 9 to 5. Charge them for those services. How much do your services cost? Like if I came to you today and I said to you, right, you're a senior administrator, you're a recruitment VP, you do logistics, you are a program manager, you are a project manager, you are a senior project coordinator. What's your price? How much do you charge? Can you answer that question? If you can't answer that question, you're still selling time. Selling results is a whole package. It includes looking at your bills, looking at the life you're trying to create, looking at the industry norms and talking to people in the industry to find out how much you should be paid, and then considering what you bring to the job and why you should get paid what you want to get paid. I sell problem solving. Like in my 9 to 5, I got known for being a problem solver. That's what I sell. What are you selling? If I'm going to be able to come in and help you recruit 30 people and you've been struggling to even recruit 10 a month, and I'm now going to say to you, listen, in my last job, I was recruiting 20 to 30 people a month. I can come and do that for you. But if you want me to come and do it for you, this is how much it costs. Not, I know usually for 40 hours a week, you pay like 60K. No. It's going to cost you 75K. It's going to cost you 85K. Whatever my number is, it's going to cost you this much for this result. If you only are going to pay me 60K, I'm sorry, I'm only going to give you 15 people a month because that 30 a month costs a lot more. Do you see how I'm not selling time? I'm selling a result. When someone wants to work with me in my coaching one-on-one, of course there are people that are like, I really want to work with you, but I can't afford it. So that's why I have the podcast. I have my Instagram. I have my TikTok. I have LinkedIn so that you can get free content. I have my website. You can head over there and get free content. But if you want to work with me one-on-one, that's intimate, that's in depth, we're working one-on-one, I'm looking at your specific problem and going through it, it costs this much. Because I'm not looking at it, we work together 2 hours this week and this is how much I'm going to charge. No. We work together for 8 weeks and now you're earning 40K more in a brand new industry. I'm charging you for the result I am able to deliver to you. The CVs, the interview skills, everything you get is what I'm charging for. I am not charging you based on how many hours I'm doing something for you. Stop selling time. It's outdated. It's old-fashioned. Our parents taught us it. It's fine. It was right in their time. We haven't got to sell our time like that anymore. You are quality. Charge more, act accordingly. Anyway, that's my rant over, my thoughts on the matter. Anyone who is still currently selling time, I want you to review everything I've just said, go back to the drawing board and start looking at everything you bring to the table. Start looking at how much profit you're making in your company, how good you're making your boss look, your team look, how well you lead people. Start thinking about what you're getting in return for everything you do Monday to Friday. Speak to people in your industry. Look at what you should be charging. Then come up with a number. Add 10% because you're probably undercharging. And then go and charge accordingly. Go and sell your package because you're a package. Like sell yourself accordingly. Sell the package that is you accordingly. If this resonated with you and you're thinking, you know what? This is the mindset I need to be in, but I need some support to get there. Remember, reach out, my one-to-one coaching, Create Your Own Lane. That's what it's all about. All these thoughts, they come from that. They come from me understanding this is how you create your own lane. This is the conversation you need to have if you want to have a better work-life balance. These are the type of conversations you need to have if you want to add 40K to your salary. These are the type of conversations you need to have if you want to negotiate 40 days annual leave a year. So if you're ready for some support to do that and you want to work with me, book a call. The call link's always in the show notes, or head over to my website so you can get a little bit more information. But yeah, also my DMs are always open on Instagram, LinkedIn. I'm always hanging out on them two places the most. But yeah, I can't wait to talk to you again in the next episode.
I hope this episode gave you exactly what you needed and motivated you to confidently take steps towards your next career move. If you enjoyed it, screenshot and share it on your socials, tag me on Instagram, and come join my community of amazing women working on leveling up their confidence and career. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.